having a short talk back. We really want to get some audience participation. So if you know the songs, if you don't know the songs, if you feel the spirit within you and you just want to wiggle around in your seats and snap, we encourage it. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy Minnie Hamilton.
How does a vast orphan, son of a whore and the Scots, dropped in the middle of a forgotten spot in the Caribbean by Providence, impoverished and squalor, grow up to be a hero and a scholar? The $10 founding father without a father got a lot farther by working a lot harder, by being a lot smarter, by being a self-starter. By 14, they placed him in charge of a trading charter.
And every day while slaves were being slaughtered and carted away across the waves, he struggled and kept his guard up. Inside, he was longing for something to be a part of. The brother was ready to beg, steal, borrow, or barter.
Then a hurricane came and devastation reigned. Our man saw his future dripping down the drain. Put a pencil to his temple, connected it to his brain, and he wrote his first refrain, a testament to his pain.
Well, the word got around, they said this kid is insane, man. Took them a collection just to send them to the mainland. Get your education, don't forget from whence you came, and the world's gonna know your name. What's your name, man?
Alexander Hamilton. And there's a million things I haven't done. Just you.
When he was 10, his mother slid full of it, decade. 2 years later, see Alex and his mother bedridden, half dead, sitting in the room, sick, scented thick.
Alex got better, but his mother went quick.
Cousin committed suicide, left him with nothing but ruined pride. So the truth inside a voice saying,
Alex, you gotta fend for yourself.
He started retreat, every street is on the
There
shelf.
would have been nothing left to do for someone less astute. He would have been dead or destitute without a cent of restitution. Started working for his late mother's landlord, trading sugar cane and rum and all the things he can't afford. Scamming,
For every book he can get his hands on.
Planning
for the future, see him now as he stands on the bow of a ship, headed for a new land. In New York, you can be a new man.
in New York, you can be a new man. In New York, you can be a new man. In New York, you can be a new man.
In New York,
Just you and Alexander Hamilton. We are waiting in the wings for you. Never back down. You never learn to take your time. Oh, Alexander Hamilton. When America sings for you, will they know what you overcame? Will they know you rewrote the game? The world will never be the same.
Is in the harbor now, see
Just you wait.
another immigrant coming up from the
Just you
his
wait.
enemies was destroyed as America forgot him.
Fought with him. Me, I died for him.
Me, I trusted him. Me, I loved him.
And me, I'm the damn fool that shot him.
There's a million things I haven't done, but just you wait. Alexander Hamilton.
There's nothing rich folks love more than going downtown and slumming with the poor. They pull up in their carriages and gawk at the students and the commies to watch them talk. Take Philip Schuyler, the man who's voted. Oh, but little does he know that his daughters, Peggy, Angelica, Eliza, sneak cities watch all the guys at work.
Angelica,
Work, work.
Eliza,
Work, work.
Skylar, sisters, Angelica, Peggy, Eliza,
Work.
Daddy said to be home by sundown. Daddy doesn't need to know. Daddy said not to go downtown. Free to go.
Work, work.
Mind it,
Work, work.
Whoa, 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 work. Ooh.
There's nothing like summer in the city. Someone in a rush next to someone looking pretty. Excuse me, miss, I know it's not funny, but your perfume smells like your daddy's got money. While you slumming in the city with no fancy heels, you're searching for an urchin who can give you ideals.
Sir, you disgust me.
Ah, so you disgust me. I'm a trust fund, baby, you can trust me.
I've been reading common sense and that's how it's made. Some might say that I'm intense around saying, you want a revolution, I want a revelation. So listen to my declaration. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. Well, when I mean Thomas Jefferson, I'm looking compelled to include women in the sequel. Work. Look around, how lucky we are to be alive right now. Look around, how lucky we are to be alive right now. History is happening in Manhattan, and we just happen to be in the greatest city in the world. In the greatest city in the world. 'Cause I've been reading common sense right now. So listen and I'm telling about saying, you want a revolution, I want a revolution.
Right now.
Hold these truths to be self-evident. I'm gonna create
Look around, at how lucky we are to be alive right now. History is happening in Manhattan, and we just happen to be
the greatest city in the
the
world.
greatest city,
In
the greatest city in the world. Work,
Angelica,
work, work,
Eliza,
work, work,
Snyder sisters.
work, work,
Mind and
work, work,
Hey,
work, work,
whoa!
work.
In the greatest city in the world.
You could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you're here with us in New York City! For a cabinet meeting, huh? The issue on the table. Secretary Hamilton's plan to assume state debt and establish a national bank. Secretary Jefferson, you have the floor, sir.
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We fought for these ideals, we shouldn't settle for less. These are wise words that surprising, I quote them. Don't act surprised, you guys, cause I wrote them.
Whoa!
But Hamilton forget. His plan would have the government assume state debt. Now, place your bets that benefits the very seat of government where Hamilton sits.
Not true.
Oh, well, if the shoe fits, wear it. If New York's the debt, why should Virginia bear it? Our debts are paid, I'm afraid. Don't tax the South, cause we got it made in the shade.
Yeah.
In Virginia, we plant seeds in the ground. We create. You just want to move our money around. This financial plan is an outrageous demand, and it's too many damn pages for any man to understand. Live with me in the land of the free, and pray to God we never see Hamilton's candidacy. When Britain taxed IT, we got frisky. Imagine what will happen when they try to tax our whiskey.
Secretary Jefferson. Secretary Hamilton, your response.
Thomas, that was a real nice declaration. Welcome to the present. We're running a real nation. Would you like to join us or stay mellow doing whatever the hell it is you do in Monticello? Debts, the union gets a new line of credit, a financial diuretic. How do you not get it? If we're aggressive and competitive, the union gets a boost. Would you rather give it a sedative? A civics lesson from a slaver. Hey neighbor, your debts are paid, you don't claim flavor. We plant seeds in the South, we create, you keep ranting. We know who's really doing the planting. Distinguish the age of enlightenment. Don't lecture me about the war. You didn't fight in it. You think I'm frightened of you, man? We almost died in the trench while you were off getting high with the French. Madison always hesitant with the president. Reticent, there is a plan he doesn't jettison. Madison, you're mad as a Haddison. Take your medicine. Damn, you're in worse shape than the national debt isn't. Sitting there useless as two shits. Hey, turn around, bend over. I'll show you in my shoe.
Jefferson, take a walk. Hamilton, take a walk. We'll reconvene after a brief recess. Hamilton! A word.
You don't have the votes. You don't have the votes. You got any congressional approval and you don't have the votes.
Such a blunder sometimes it makes me wonder why I even bring the thunder.
Why he even brings the thunder?
You want to pull yourself together?
I'm sorry, these Virginians are birds of a feather.
Man, I'm from Virginia, so watch your mouth.
So we let Congress get held hostage by the South? You need the votes. No, we need bold strokes. We need this plan.
No, you need to convince more folks.
Well, James Madison will talk to me. That's a non-starter.
Winning was easy, young man. Governing's hard.
They're being intransigent.
You have to find a compromise.
They don't have a plan. They just hate mine.
It's them otherwise.
What happens if I don't get congressional approval?
I'll imagine they'll call for your removal. Figure it out, Alexander. That's an order from your commander.
Mr. Secretary.
Mr. Bird, sir.
Did you hear the news about good old General Mercer?
No.
You know Claremont Street?
Yeah.
They renamed it after him. The Mercer Legacy is secure.
Sure.
And all he had to do was die.
Well, that's a lot less work.
We ought to give it a try. Well, how you going to get your debt plan through?
Well, I guess I'm going to finally have to listen to you.
Really?
Talk less. Smile. Do whatever it takes to get my plan on Congress.
Now, Madison, Jefferson are merciless.
Well, hate the sin, love the sin.
Hamilton.
I'm sorry, Burr, I gotta go.
But
Decisions are happening over dinner.
two Virginians and an immigrant walk into a room.
Diametrically opposed. Foes.
They emerge with a compromise, having opened doors that were
Previously closed. Bros.
The immigrant emerges with unprecedented financial power, a system he can shape however he wants. The Virginians emerge with the nation's capital. And here's the pièce de résistance. No one else was in the room where it happened, the room where it happened, the room where it happened. No one else was in the room where it happened, the room where it happened, the room where it happened. No one really knows how the game is played, the art of the trade, how the sausage gets made. We just assume that it happens, but no one else is in the room where it happens. Thomas claims.
Alexander was on Washington's doorstep one day and stressed and disarray.
Thomas claims.
Alexander
I
said,
have nowhere else to turn.
and basically begged me to join the fray.
Thomas claims.
I approached Madison and said, I know you hate him, but let's hear what he has to say.
Thomas claims.
I arranged the meeting. I arranged the menu, the venue, the seating.
But no one else was in the room where it happened, the room where it happened, the room where it happened. No one else was in the room where it happened, the room where it happened, the room where it happened. No one really knows how the parties get to yes, the pieces that are sacrificed in every game of chess. We just assume that it happens, but no one else is in the room where it happens.
Meanwhile,
Madison is grappling with the fact that not every issue can be settled by committee.
meanwhile,
Congress is fighting over where to put the capital.
Freedom!
It isn't pretty. Jefferson approaches with a dinner and invite, and Madison responds with Virginian insight.
Maybe we can solve one problem with another and win a victory for the Southerners. In other words,
oh,
a quid pro quo.
I suppose.
Wouldn't you like to work a little closer to home?
Actually, I would.
Well, I propose the Potomac.
And you provided his vote.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
Let's go.
No one else is in the room where it happened, the room where it happened, the room where it happened. No one else was in the room where it happened, the room where it happened, the room where it happened. My God, in God we trust, but we never really know what got discussed. Click, boom, then it happens. But no one else is in the room where it happens. What did they say to you to get you to sail New York City down the river?
Alexander
Did Washington know about the dinner? Was there presidential pressure to deliver?
Alexander Hamilton!
Or did you know even then it doesn't matter where you put the U.S. Capitol?
Because we'll have the banks. We're in the same spot.
You got more than you gave.
And I wanted what I got. When you got skin in the game, you stay in the game. But you don't get a win unless you play in the game. Oh, you get love for it, you get hate for it, you get nothing.
Wait for it, wait for it, wait!
God, help and forgive me. I want to build something that's gonna outlive me.
What do you want, Burr? What do you want, Burr? If you stand for nothing, Burr, what do you fall for?
I wanna be in the room where it happens, the room where it happens. I wanna be in the room where it happens, the room where it happens. I wanna be in the room where it happens. I wanna be in the room where it happens. The room where it happens. I wanna be in. I've got to be in that room, that big old room.
The art of the compromise.
Hold your nose and close your eyes.
We want leaders to save the day.
We don't get to saying what they trade away.
We dream of a brand new start.
But we dream in the dark for the most part.
Dark as the tomb where it happens.
I've got to be in the room
where it happens.
I've got to be
Where it happens.
I've got to be
Where it happens.
Oh, I've got to be in that room. I gotta be, I wanna be in the room. Click, boom.
Look, we're buzzing the paper. War hero Phil Scott loses Senate seat young upstart Aaron Burr.
River just lost a seat in the Senate.
That's how it goes.
Daddy's gonna find out any minute.
I'm sure he already knows.
Further down, let's meet the new senator from New York. Our senator.
Burr, since when are you a Democratic Republican?
This is me one put me on the up and up again.
No one knows who you are or what you do.
They don't need to know me. They don't like you.
Excuse me?
Oh, Wall Street thinks you're great. You'll always be adored by the things you create. But mistake, people think you're crooked. This fantasy was up for grabs, so I took it.
I've always considered you a friend.
I don't see why that has to end.
You changed parties, you're gonna get to Parliament.
I changed parties to seize the opportunities I saw. I swear your pride will be the death of us all. Beware, you know it before the fall. How does Hamilton, the short-tempered protein creator of the Coast Guard, founder of the New York Post, ardently abuses cabinet post, destroys reputation? Welcome, folks, to the Adams administration. Jefferson's the runner-up, which makes him the vice president.
Washington can't help you now, no more Mr. Nice President.
Pat inspires Hamilton, privately calls him Creole bastard in his taunts. Hamilton publishes his response.
Sit down, John, you fat mother!
Hamilton's out of control.
This is great. He holds no power, he has no office, but he just destroyed President John Adams, the only other significant member of his party.
A host unto himself. As long as people defend, he's a threat.
Let's let him know what we know.
The election of 1800. Take it back to politics.
Please.
Yo, every action has its equal opposite reaction. John Adams shot the bed. I love the guy, but he's a traction. For Alexander Hamilton, he is missing in action. And now I'm facing Aaron Burr with his own faction.
He's very attractive. New Yorkers like his chances.
He's not very forthcoming on any particular stance.
Ask him a question at glance, as long as he obfuscates his dance.
And they say I'm a Francophile. At least they know I know where France is.
Thomas, that's the problem. See, they see Burr as a less extreme you. You need to change course. A key endorsement might redeem you.
What do you have in mind?
Don't laugh.
Who is it?
You used to work on the same staff. It
What?
might be nice, it might be nice to get Hamilton on your side. It might be nice, it might be nice to get Hamilton on your side.
Talk less,
Burr!
smile more.
Burr!
Don't let them know what you're against or what you're for.
Burr!
Shake hands with him.
Burr!
Charm her.
Burr!
It's 1800. Ladies, tell your husband, vote for Burr.
I don't like Adams.
Well, he's gonna lose. It's just elitist.
And Jefferson.
In love with France.
Yeah, he's so elitist.
I like that Aaron Burr.
I can't believe we're here with him.
Like you could grab a beer with him.
Dear Mr. Hamilton, your fellow federalists would like to know how you'll be voting.
It's quiet outside.
Dear Mr. Hamilton, John Adams doesn't stand a chance, so who are you promoting?
It's quiet outside.
Jefferson or Burr? We know it's lose-lose. Jefferson or Burr? But if you had to choose,
door.
Openly campaigning?
Sure. Honestly, it's kind of draining.
Is there anything you wouldn't do?
No, I'm chasing what I want. You know what?
What?
I learned that from you.
If you had to choose, 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 choose.
Yo!
Bird!
The people are asking to hear my voice.
Bird!
When the country is facing a difficult choice.
Bird!
And if you were asked who I promote,
Bird!
Jefferson has my vote.
Oh!
I never agreed with Jefferson once.
Oh!
We are following like 75 different fronts.
Oh!
When all is said and all is done, Jefferson has beliefs. Burr has none.
Well, I'll be damned. Well, I'll be damned. Hamilton's on your side.
Well, I'll be damned. Well, I'll be damned.
Won in a landslide.
Congrats on a race well run. I did give you a fight. I look forward to our partnership
Our partnership?
as your vice president.
Yeah, right. You hear this guy? Openly campaigns against me, talking about I look forward to our partnership.
It's crazy that the guy who comes in second gets to be vice president.
You know what? We can change that. You know why? Because I'm the president. Hey, Bert, when you see Hamilton, thank him for the endorsement.
Let me tell you what I wish I'd known when I was young and treated with glory. You have no control. Who lives?
Who dies? Who tells your story?
I'll give him this. His financial system is a work of genius. I couldn't outdo it if I tried. And I tried.
Who lives? Who dies? Who tells your story?
President Madison took our country from bankruptcy to prosperity. I hate to admit it, but he doesn't get enough credit for all the credit he gave us.
Who dies? Who tells your story?
Every other founding father's story gets told. Every other founding father gets to grow old.
When you're gone, who remembers your name? Who keeps your flame? Who tells your story?
Tells your story.
Eliza, I put myself back and then never did.
Eliza.
Stop wasting time on tears. I live another 50 years. It's not enough.
Eliza.
I interview every soldier who fought by your side.
Tells our story.
Try to make sense of your thousands of pages of writings. You really do write like you're running out of time. Rely on Angelica. When she's alive, we tell your story. She is buried in Trinity Church near you. When I needed her most, she was right on time. But I'm still not through. And I ask myself, what would you do if you had more time? But Lord in His kindness gives me what you always wanted. Gives me more time. I raise funds in D.C. for the Washington Monument story. I speak out against slavery. Oh, you could have done so much more if you only had time. When my time is up, have I done enough? Will they tell your story? Can I show you what I'm proudest of?
The orphanage.
Established the first private orphanage in New York City.
The orphanage.
I helped to raise hundreds of children. I get to see them growing
The
up.
orphanage.
Their eyes are to you, Alexander. I see you every time. And when my time is up, have I done enough? Will they tell your story?
I'm Jack, and I played Philip Hamilton.
I'm Tiffany, and I'm just on top.
I'm Alyssa, and I played George Washington. I'm Jadon, and I played Hamilton.
Woo!
I'm Naomi, and I played Elizabeth Schuyler. I'm Darby, and I played Peggy Schuyler.
I'm Elijah, I play James Madison.
I'm Max, and I'm just here.
I'm Barabi, and I played Thomas Jefferson.
And I'm Abby, and I'm also here. So, as much fun as this was, we're all here today to answer a very important question. One that is important throughout all of our history, but particularly in a time when we're about to go into the final part of the election cycle. And that question is, who has the power in the American democracy? I'm sure you've been hearing about this all day. So, in Minningham and in Hamilton, the full-length play written by Lin-Manuel Miranda, there's about 4 different archetypes that are shown for people who have power throughout the situation. So there are the privileged, the people like Burr who had a lot of money, the people like Jefferson who had a great family to come from, really helps you get where you are. There's the celebrities, the people who are really famous and beloved, like Washington, like Hamilton, who are really able to sway people given what they say. There are the scholars, people like Angelica, also Hamilton, who make a point to garner as much knowledge as they can and use facts and science and hard data to sway people to do things that they want them to do. And then there are the followers, people like Eliza, people like Lin-Manuel Miranda himself, who may not seem particularly powerful or particularly important, but really have the power to determine how we, as individuals, as a country, are remembered. So, we're going to give you a minute, you're going to make some friends, turn and talk with an audience member, and you're going to decide who, A, in the immediate situation, and B, as time passes, has the most power in any given situation. Celebrity, scholar, help me, follower, and privilege. There you go. Turn and talk. And intellect. And people writing on their hands, so I'm going to assume we've had enough time. So, hey everybody, we're back. Ron, hi. So, by show of hands, who thinks that it's the privilege to have the most power in any given situation? Okay, breathe them high, guys. No shame. Okay, that makes sense. Who thinks it's the intellectuals who have the most power? I'll tell the school you're really proud of it. Who thinks that it is the celebrities who hold the most power? Maybe. And who thinks it's the followers immediately that have the most power? Yeah. So now, as we go on and history passes and the situation is closed, who thinks celebrities hold the most power in terms of how we remember people? Okay. Okay. Who thinks it's the scholars? The people who document things. Better than last group. Who thinks that it's the privileged? And who thinks that it's the followers? Cool. Great. So yeah, I think it is important to recognize that, again, it seems really important in the situation, and it seems like the Katy Perrys of the world and the Donald Trumps of the world seem to have a lot of sway, but this musical really shows, particularly the last number, just how important it is, as all of us as individuals can be, to make sure we determine our own legacies and everyone else's legacies, because we have no control who tells our story later on. So Darby, would you like to give us a little history about what Eliza has accomplished?
Oh, sure. So, Elizabeth Schuyler, she was pretty damn badass. She raised 8 children alone. She established the first private orphanage. It's called Graham Wyndham. You can follow it on Instagram.
And it's still a thing.
And it's still a thing. It still exists. It's not really an orphanage anymore, I think. I think it's more just like, no, I think it's more just like an organization to help children. But she did a lot. She published like his letters. Everything she said in the song is true. She interviewed every single, or not every single one, but lots of soldiers. She raised funds for the Washington Monument. She, as I said, raised 8 children alone, which can't be easy. Ha. She was an abolitionist. She was like, screw you, slavery.
And
she was pretty cool.
Yeah, and so also for all of you that are skeptical about how much impact a musical can have, maybe this musical can't have that much impact, hopefully it will, but Lin-Manuel Miranda, who wrote the show, starred in it, is kind of the founding father of the show. He is partially credited with keeping Hamilton on the $10 bill. So, like, arts matter. Yay. So, we've got some time left, so why don't we, if any of you have an opinion, because you've lived there, or anyone who knows the show very well, based on kind of what you've seen today, based on the show, full show, if you've listened to it, if you've seen it, what do you think Lin-Manuel Miranda would say? Which archetype would be the most powerful? Struggleful.
I would say he would say the followers. I mean, the last line of the show is who tells your story. The whole show deals with the issue of legacy, and like legacy can only be like based on what legacy actually is. It can only be determined by events that happen later. So like people that come after you. I mean, who had heard of Hamilton before Hamilton? Like who had heard of him? Who knew anything about Alexander Hamilton besides he was on the $10 bill before this musical?
I hope some of you did. Show of hands, yes. Good job. You're all in English. Does anyone have any disagreeing perspectives? Yes.
Well, I feel like I heard that you kind of put Lin in the follower kind of section of everything, but I also feel like you can consider some of the scholars, as he kind of took this historical figure that not too many people knew about, besides friends like, hey, this guy's face on the $10 bill. And he kind of documented his entire story, he greatly researched it. So I feel like that's also like a very strong group, as they kind of take everyone's history and go, hey, this is what happened. Whether or not it's biased is relevant. That makes sense.
Something I left out about Eliza, she also dealt with her husband cheating on her with a prostitute, so, that was a thing. She wasn't a prostitute. Thank you.
Well, he paid for her, so.
He did pay her husband.
Watch the show.
Yeah.
Okay, Constantine, were you agreeing?
Yeah, I was agreeing. I feel like also I would place Hamilton in the scholar class because he sort of started from the bottom and worked and studied stuff. And worked really hard to gain all this knowledge, and that's what eventually gave him so much power. So in that way, Hamilton is sort of like an American dream story of like anyone can, through hard work and obtain knowledge, build their way up.
Yeah, no, I agree with like a lot of the things that have been said, but I feel like everyone at some point in their life is gonna be part of all of those things. So like they're all necessary all the time, but like it depends on the situation.
That makes sense. I would also argue, though, that Hamilton is indeed partially, in his time, a celebrity, because as we all saw in the election of 1800, he kind of was the voice that made all the delegates decide to vote for Jefferson. And historically, it's a little more complicated, but his opinion was greatly influential. We see it today with other celebrities raising money for people, going on tour for candidates. So I think it's important. Can we think of maybe some celebrities today who kind of wield a lot of political power? Yes.
Well, I know Katie Perry went a lot with Hillary Clinton.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah.
I recently saw a little thing with the cast of the Avengers, just the general saying, vote, and it was I just was feeling they were leading was, but there you go.
They were pretty clear.
Yeah. Yes.
Donald Trump?
Yeah. That's there. Do we think? I mean, Donald Trump is a candidate, but do we think that celebrity using their power to socially, is that an acceptable use of their power to get people to vote one way or another? There's so much muttering. Someone raise your hand. Yes.
Yes, it's responsible for them to use the following they have to just better the environment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with the yes, because often, I don't remember the exact statistics, but a lot of people don't vote, which can be a problem, and when they see that somebody they kind of idolize is voting one way or another, they're
I also think it's kind of debatable because you have, it's a question of, is the celebrity bettering their environment for the celebrity itself, or are they making the environment better for the people that follow them?
That's very true.
Because oftentimes celebrities have a much higher status than the following.
That's fair. Yeah? Oh, hi.
Also, I feel like it's important that celebrities recognize their responsibility to be educated about the issues that they speak about, because people listen to them and they should wield that power with some kind of knowledge of what they're doing.
That's very true. So yeah, I think we might be running out of time, but something that I just want to leave you with, I think Elijah mentioned it, that a lot of us, we are all followers at some point in our community. We're all followers, we're all scholars, we're all a lot of these things at any given time in our life, but it is up to us, a lot of you are too young to vote, but it is up to us to determine our own legacy. And if you believe in something passionately, you have to go and fight for it. If you disagree with someone, disagree respectfully, but make sure your voice is heard. And then hopefully we'll all have a lovely legacy, and maybe a bunch of high schoolers will perform a musical about you. And what could be better than that? Thank you guys so much for coming.
I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. I'ma get a scholarship to King's College. I probably shouldn't brag, but dag, I'm amazed and astonished. The problem is